Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestle Debate and to another edition of Raw out of 10. And yeah, obviously a big show, so getting closer to WrestleMania. But yeah, of course the show was overshadowed by the passing of Razor Ramon. Obviously a tragic announcement just before the start of the show, which did dampen the mood. But you know, we've still got a big show to get on with, so let's get straight into it. And yeah, Raw was dedicated to Scott Hall's memory, and Kevin Owens kicked off the show and said he was excited to finally have his WrestleMania match against the WWE legend Stone Cold Steve Austin, who accepted his challenge. Owens said that despite not even liking beer, he would break open a cold Canadian one after beating Austin. KO then hit a stunner on a cameraman in the ring as he left the ring with a little hey yo. That was nice as well. Yeah, good start to Raw. Great promo from Owens as you expect, so I'm getting hyped for that segment now. Moving on then to Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. Theory was out before the match and joined commentary. Balor had the early advantage and sent Priest outside before being dropped on the apron. Damian had a crucifix bomb Razor's Edge on the announce desk, which was great as well before the commercial break. Back on Raw, Balor reversed a chokeslam and got a double stomp before going for the finish. Balor took Damian out, but Theory came up and interrupted him before he could land his finisher. Balor took the latter out with a dropkick and came back to the ring before receiving the reckoning, letting Damian pick up the win. And a big win for Damian. After the match, Theory took out Balor and took a selfie with him. Yeah, intertwining storylines, which was good. And yeah, overall, I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. Great win for Damian. And yeah, it's really establishing the building blocks for WrestleMania match, and I'm looking forward to that because that'll be a good match. Before backstage, Seth Rollins was still silent when asked about his WrestleMania plans before he got Omos versus Commander Aziz. Omos had the advantage early on and sent Aziz outside before Apollo caused a distraction. Aziz came back and tried going for vertical suplex, but Omos reversed it. The latter got a double chokeslam, picking up the easy victory. And after the match, Omos dragged Cruz into the ring after the match and hit another chokeslam, wiping him out. I didn't really like the burying of Commander Aziz, especially, and Apollo, as they're such big dudes. But you know, Omos picking up the momentum. Yeah, 6 out of 10. Backstage, Kevin Owens tried to encourage Seth Rollins to get a WrestleMania match. The Visionary stopped him mid-sentence and then smiled before he left. Before he got Liv Morgan versus Queen Zelina. Liv was locked in submission early on before Zelina got a big strike. The former hit the Queen with a sunset foot cover, but the latter managed to break the count. Ripley chased Carmella at ringside, causing a distraction, allowing Zelina to hit a big powerbomb. Mello ran to Grace for safety. Back in the ring, Morgan hit the Oblivion off the distraction and picked up the victory. Yeah, 5 out of 10 from me. I wasn't a fan of this at all. I mean, like, I just feel like we've seen this whole stuff revolving around the women's division for so long, and Jerry, it just doesn't get any better, does it? Yeah, it doesn't feel like there's any really storyline. It's just time-filling activities, really. 5 out of 10. Seth Rollins was out next and said that he had plans for WrestleMania before calling Owens to join him. Rollins said he could have a talk show and invite Stone Cold on like he was planning to. He told Rollins that he couldn't seal his idea before Rollins changed to his mind to decide to go after Stone Cold. Owens told him to get his own versions. Sonya Deville came out and made an official match for tonight's main event, with the winner getting Stone Cold Steve Austin. Backstage, Owens was furious at Deville and the camera cut from him mid-run on Monday Night Raw. Don't know if that was deliberate or not. But yeah, it sets up an interesting dynamic. Nice way to break the duo up as well with their match later on. And yeah, I'll go into more detail after the main event. Before we got Ray and Dominic versus the Hurt Business. The Miz and Logan Paul were out to join the commentary team for this match. Hurt Business had control in the ring early on. Dominic was caught in a submission while Benjamin dragged Ray to the outside. Ray tugged in and set up for the 619, tagging Dom in for the double finish on Alexander. Ray took out Shelton on the outside before Dom hit a splash to pick up the win. After the match, Miz and Logan Paul attacked the Mysterios. Miz tried to hit the skull-crushing finale on Ray. The Mysterios turned it around and set up the 619 on Logan, but the A-lister dragged him out of the ring as they retreated. Yeah, 6 out of 10. I mean, like, it was okay, but I just wonder how we're going to feel all this time before Mania. It's getting a bit repetitive already. But Lynch was then out next on Raw and said he was came out to a different song, which was interesting. He said that he was a benchmark in WWE, but it's looking big. The ACR superstar said the fans didn't matter to him anymore, and he would beat AJ Styles. Before backstage, Bianca Belair said that she would give Becky Lynch a preview of their upcoming match by beating Doudrop tonight. Doudrop had the early advantage, but Bianca dodged the senton from the KOD. The former attempted the cannonball, but missed. Doudrop then got a Michinoku driver for a near fall before missing the cannonball and taking a dropkick from Belair. The latter hit the spinebuster and followed up with a KOD to pick up the win. After the match, Becky Lynch came out and wiped Bianca out with a chair and putting a neck to her slam into the ring post. Yeah, this gets a 5 out of 10 from me, to be honest. I mean, like, I feel like we've just seen this so many times before this specific match, and yeah, the build isn't doing too much for me at the moment, so I'll give it a 5 out of 10. RK Bray was then celebrating their tag team win last week and Randy threw a party for Riddle. Orton had brought popcorn soda from the stands and a green baggie which they refused to discuss. The Street Profits came out and demanded a tag team match before Randy told them to leave. Riddle steps in and said that they had to face someone at WrestleMania before Randy accepted the challenge. However, Ford dissed Randy's party and Riddle got mad and challenged him to a singles match next on Raw. Riddle was sent outside early on and Ford hit a dive to him on the outside. Montez tackled Riddle from the steel sets as the match continued. Back in the ring, Riddle rolled out of the way of a frog splash before hitting a big slam in the corner. He got the draping DDT before taking Enziguri. Riddle then got the RKO, but the Alpha Academy came in and destroyed both RKO and the Profits. So I don't know if we're going to get a big multi-man match at Mania, but we'll see. But yeah, full development, storyline development, it gets 6 months and it's just average stuff really. We then got another video package in memory of Scott Hall as Raw continued before Seth Rollins vs KO was in the main event. Rollins got the upper hand early on before Owens took him into the corner and unloaded on him. The Visionary came back with some strikes while being distracted by the WrestleMania sign. Owens took a knee drop for a near fall before KO locked in a calf crusher. Rollins escaped the hold, but Owens went off for the left knee, which looked to be damaged. He tried for a powerbomb on the apron, but Rollins turned it around and dropped KO on the apron instead. Owens got a big slam on the outside, and after a break on Raw, Rollins was back in control. Rollins got a diving knee before hitting a dive to the outside into the barricades and then over the announce desk. Rollins and Owens got back in the ring, and Seth got a super kick before getting a splash for a near fall. He set up for a superplex, but KO reversed it into a massive suplex of his own for a near fall. Rollins then got his knees up from a spot splash before dodging the spanner and got a roll up. The ref started to count way too late, and Rollins began to yell at him. Owens used distraction to pick up the stunner and get the victory. This gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Really, really solid match. A great way to end off their little feud, Owens and Rollins, feud partnership thoughts thing. Yeah, really, really good stuff. Overall, Raw this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought it was a pretty mixed episode of Raw. Some bits were really good, like the main event I really liked. In fact, the whole Owens Rollins stuff was quite good this week. But yeah, there were some bits that just aren't really clicking. Still lots of filler, a few weeks away from WrestleMania, which isn't really what we want. So yeah, I mean, it was an okay episode of Raw, but definitely could have been better. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, leave your thoughts, comments down below. Follow on Twitter, link description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to our channel on the screen right now. It'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.